Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached 400,000 subscribers without getting deleted, without getting canceled, without getting kicked out of YouTube, people. And we barely made it. Because Father Alex, let me know if the volume is good. Because Father Alex got in trouble for hate speech a few months ago. yeah. I fucking know it. No, it wasn't. I'm innocent, okay? The problem was that I commented about something that I think I should have not about certain things that's happening in this global world. And yeah, I guess somebody reported me for hate speech, or maybe it was when I asked you guys which characters you enjoy on YouTube, and I put like Tyrone, Black Power, or like Bob the programmer, and then I put like White Power. And so I think it must have been one of those two, either the White Power or the other thing. You know what I'm saying? So I got in trouble for that. Let me make sure that the audio is working here because, but people, this is a celebration. Um, I am genuinely okay. Good. The audio is good. Perfect. I am genuinely. All right. I am genuinely happy that we reached it here, man. Honestly, when I first started YouTube, I knew this was gonna happen. Like, you want me to lie? You want me to lie? You want me to be like, oh, I didn't expect this to happen? I swear to God. And you know what? When I upload this video, I'm gonna I'm gonna make it private, and I'm gonna upload with this video the video that I made few months prior to me opening this channel. In that video, I said 6 months from now, I'm gonna be earning this amount of money. I'm gonna be living under New York City, under in the YMCA on 14th Street in New York in Manhattan, and I'm gonna be living on one of those top rises. I'm gonna be earning around $8,000 a month. I'm gonna be paying around 3,000, which is fucking horrible. What a dumbass! Like, it's horrible. Move to Barcelona, nigga. Like, goddamn, well, you gotta pick New York. And I knew that was gonna happen because I visualized it. So yeah, I could come to you and say I didn't expect this. Now look, when I was working as a caseworker and counselor for kids, no, I didn't expect this because I that's all I planned for. I only planned to be a counselor, to make a small amount of money, but help people in the process. But when I started doing YouTube, I was broke as fuck. And before I started doing YouTube, I was reading a lot of self help books because I'll be honest with you, I just didn't have the mental capacity to do the things that I do today. I couldn't focus. I was I sucked at managing my money. I I had no discipline, and I wasn't good at anything. I was good at observing myself. I was good at observing human behavior, but in terms of things like discipline, something that I could use to build on something, like me being able to sit down and focus, that I didn't have. But as I started doing those, I read like Tony Robbins, Awaken the Giant Within. It's really good. I began reading those books, and those books gave me the inspiration to reach for the stars. And before that, I always had a. I'm not gonna lie, I always had an irrational belief in myself. And the reason why I always had an irrational belief in myself is because I believed in the human brain. Like, honestly, it wasn't that I believed in myself per se, but I believe in this thing that we all have, the brain. And I believe that the brain is so majestic and so sublime and so incredible, and that you could become anything you set your mind to. And what I realized early on was that you literally get whatever you become obsessed about. You literally get whatever you become obsessed about. That is a guarantee. Doesn't matter what you become obsessed about, you get it. So people I noticed were good at they were obsessed with Facebook, obsessed with gossip, obsessed with silly things, and they were good at it. But those things never yielded anything. So I just became obsessed. I became obsessed with a certain image, and that's me waking up in New York City, big apartment, big room, king size room. I wake up, my computer table is in front of my bed. It's about 7 feet away from the edge of my bed. I go up there, write, make videos, read the comments, how much I help people. I wake up, Go downstairs, go play basketball, work out, get up, make another video, meditate, then go talk to my business partner, which didn't happen because I'm not too good at that. Then and then at 2 p.m. I go to yoga to the people on Third Street in New York City, and I forgot that place, fucking the East Village, right? Yeah, St. Mark's Place. Go back, play basketball again, meditate, watch YouTube videos, and go to sleep, smoke weed, right? I'm saying that because I visualize that every day, every single day. I visualized it, and I became so obsessed with that vision that that's all I thought about. And now it didn't happen because it wasn't compatible with my vision, right? Like, you know, but when I had the chance to do that, I chose not to because I'm like, that's stupid. Living up there when I could just live in Brooklyn, you dumbass, right? So I just decided to change that goal. But what I realized was that if you just visualize something and you work on it, and you while you work or think about your work or ideas, allow the exciting vision that that it's that the vision creates in your heart, allow that emotion to then think about what you got to do to achieve that. What you're doing is that you're literally creating like an emotional GPS map to the future, and allowing those emotions or those vibration to generate ideas of similar vibrations that inevitably takes you to that destination. It'll create the right emotions, the right people, the right thoughts, the right ideas, the right execution, the right courage. But you got to go into the future, borrow those emotions, be in the present, and allow those emotions to marinate your thoughts and mind. And that's what I did, and it worked. It fucking worked. It fucking worked, man. Like, y'all don't have no idea how bad it was. It was really bad. I was living with my mom, man. I was pissing her off every fucking day because from her point of view, I wasn't working. I wasn't. I was working. I just didn't want to do work, normal work. I was doing YouTube. So to her, I was in my computer all day doing shit. I wasn't applying for jobs, and it got really bad. And yeah, I barely got out of it because it was bad. People, I got fired from my job, and I didn't work for 2 years. I was just doing YouTube marketing, writing, and learning how to market, how to make courses. Like I have courses on udemy.com. You can find them. I was hustling. I was learning all that kind of stuff. And, and I was like, these strategies of marketing, they're not working because I was working marketing for websites. They're not working, but I was writing and I was trying. But then I applied those strategies in marketing for YouTube, and it exploded. So it's kind of like those years were qualitative years. Even though I wasn't making money, I was building the skill sets necessary to do what I'm doing now. And those were the darkest moments, to be honest with you, because it was bad, man. Like, I was doing a lot of Adderall. I was addicted to Adderall, I think. Yeah, I was. And I was doing it every single day because I couldn't focus. And if I didn't take that, if I didn't do it, I wouldn't focus. And if I wouldn't focus, I wouldn't get the fuck out of that place. And it was I was desperate. And so that desperation took me to just the fucking like just like complete insanity, like of work and just determined, because I was like, it's funny, as the more difficult it was, the more I became like a bull. Like I wasn't gonna let it beat me. I was like, I'm gonna fucking get this. Like, if it's harder, then I'm gonna work harder. How about that, dumbass? And that's how I was. It was literally like that. And the truth is, man, like, my mom got lucky, man, because any other kid, yeah, that motherfucker is doing shit. Yeah, he is definitely not on YouTube learning how to market. I can promise you. Like, she got lucky. She got lucky because I would have been like every other Dominican guy who's living with his mom. Juan with the big gut. Yeah, Juan with the fucking tight ass polos, big stomach, tight jeans, wearing polo pants. Come on, shoes. Come on, you know what I'm talking about. I was gonna become that. But by the grace, hair and chest, bald too. I was shit. I was scared of becoming bald because I'm like, this is the usual Dominican progression. I was going to bodegas. I'm like, oh fuck, that could be me one day. But I'll be honest with you, man. Even if I worked at a bodega, I remember I was working at a prison at one point. I remember that I got kicked out of. I was working at a prison, and I saw my friend. He got stabbed. Right? He was like, "Yo, I'm fucking quitting this job." I'm like, and I remember, I think I got in trouble for bringing weed, smoking weed, I got fired from it. Thank God. But I remember when I was working there, I was reading books. I was reading biographies, and the reason why I read biography was because I was desperate. I needed hope. I, I needed hope. I was like, yo, I'm in a fucking dark place in this fucking place, not earning money, and what the only thing available for me is fucking Deca, get dick cancer over there and shit, or fucking work at Reading High or work at a factory. Like it. I'm like I'm not doing that. I'm just not doing that because I'm gonna get fired. That's why, motherfucker. Because I'm gonna get fired. I don't want to deal with that shit, man. And how did I know the information that I teach now? Well, because like I told you, man, I was always an observer. My life, I'm not a reader. I read, but not that much. What I am is an observer. Every moment I'm observing, and that is equal to studying a book. All you're studying is reality, you know. And I think that observation of human nature and just observing myself and understanding the qualities that are general to most people, how we think, how we feel sad, how you got like you get like the things that are universal. It's like desire causes pain, free of desire is happiness. Things that are universal that if you're observing yourself, you can learn. For example, let me show you an observation that I learned today. When you are at your lowest emotional point, that's that's when you gravitate towards what matters, right? In other words, if you are a drug addict and you think that you're about to die, that's when you actually finally go to therapy. If you're a drug addict and you feel like you're about to die, that's when you finally actually go to that rehab that you know works. But when you're not that desperate, you do the ayahuasca retreat, you know, you do that meditation, you do everything but the thing that you know works. Why? Because once you hit rock bottom, your mind goes into this automatic mode where it literally tells you what matters. Right before things are about to break to the point that there's no coming back, it literally illuminates to you what matters. And so these are things that I observe. For example, when we don't like something, we see it less. And the reason why I learned that was because when we see something we don't like, we look away. Or even if we are forced to look at it, we look at it with less detail. For example, I was thinking about how Saddam Hussein forced his kid to watch torture. And I could promise you, when that kid was looking at the torture, he was looking at it, but he wasn't really looking. He was trying not to look. So he observed the gesture. But he emotionally detached himself physically, mentally, and visually. And so what tends to happen is that when we see people we don't like or the dark side of people, we tend to not look at the whole thing. We tend to just look at the dark side and look away. But we don't see how the dark side has a beautiful quality and how maybe this person isn't as bad as you think. But because we care not to look at the details because we think they're bad, we tend to create a general and overall and even more evil version of them, right? These are the types of observations that I like to do, right? And they're always coming to me on a daily basis. I'm always observing, I'm always trying to make little connections. And so from the outside looking in, yeah, it looks like I'm just wandering around doing nothing, like being lazy. But for me, I'm somebody who learns very passively because I just cannot sit down and like actively do something from A to B. Like that's just not how I work. So this is my way that I've learned from my weaknesses that I've developed to learn about people, you know, through understanding that you have more qualities that are similar to everyone than different. So if you really just get to know yourself, you will know almost 80% of most people. The 20% are things that makes you unique, or traumas, or things that are, and those things you could actually notice that they are unique to you. Because if you are actually observing, you'll notice those differences. Anyways, that's the way I was doing things like that, and that's how I still do it today, right? And I just allow myself to expose myself to different experiences, different emotional states, especially if I really develop an addiction to something or something really bad happens. That's when I begin to observe that reality. And by just me observing, I learn more than I would learn from a book, to be honest with you. But yeah, man, that's what I did. And when I was growing this channel, there was a point when this channel where I was really bored, right? Where I think it was from 2019 to 2020, 21, when I wasn't really putting, I don't know, I think I think I sort of just had a not a, I don't know. I don't think I was there with with my content, you know. And the reason why was because I remember I felt depressed at that moment for no reason. Like, and the reason why is I had no purpose. I was making videos once a day, and then I had nothing else to do throughout the day, and that gave me such a fucking depression. Like, it made me so depressed. And it wasn't quarantine. It was before quarantine, before the COVID. I had nothing to do all day, man. I made a video at 8, finished at 9 an hour. I had nothing to do. People, you like that is when you have no purpose. I remember that just fucking destroyed me. I couldn't get out of depression. I would go to ayahuasca retreats, even move traveling to another country was a burden emotionally. Um, and that's when I began reading the book Mastery by Robert Greene. And because I'm like, man, I need a purpose. And that book just gravitated to me. I began reading that book. And then I was like, oh my God, I want to learn something. I want to get on that path, but I don't know what. And I was wondering, I was like, man, what can I do? What can I do? And then I took a trip to Amsterdam. And before the day I went to Amsterdam, I I decided to look at Robert Greene's talk about the book Mastery. And he said that the book Mastery was based off Leonardo da Vinci. And I'm like, okay. I always had a theory. If I like your friend, if I like you, I'm gonna like your friends. If I like you, if this is book that I like is based on this person, I'm gonna read a biography. Remember, I read biographies, and I wanted inspiration because I felt just empty. You know, like I achieved my goal to get the fuck out of my mom's house. Now what? I'm fucking depressed. So then I began reading the book Leonardo by Walter Isaacson, and the audiobook was mind blowing. People, that book was so visceral. That book touched me so deeply, so profoundly that when I was walking in the streets, I just couldn't believe it. What I was listening, I couldn't believe Leonardo existed. That dude was so devoted, and for me, it wasn't the genius aspect. It was really just the love and devotion, the details, the just obsessiveness that I envied that I just didn't have. And I looked at his drawings, and I'm like, you know what? I could be I could learn to draw like this one day. But then I was like, I'm 28. You know, I was like, I'm old. You know, I'm like, I don't want to take a long time. But then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give myself 10 years to learn art. And that was the critical decision right there. That was the most critical decision that I made. That thought process, that patience, that ability to give myself 10 years to master this was the one thing that made the difference. Because it expanded my patience. I expected to take a long time. I expected to be slow. So then when the slowness came, I wasn't caught off guard. And then I began studying. And I sucked at first, obviously. And I just kept studying. You know, the emptiness went away, not that much, but it kind of dissipated a lot. And I was making YouTube videos, but then I was finding happiness in drawing. I would go to drawing events and gave me some purpose. Long story, I got really good at drawing. I got really good at painting without going to school. But then Robert Greene said that those who are self-taught are really cutting themselves short if they have the opportunity to learn from his master. Because masters don't give you quick fixes. Masters expedite the process. They know exactly what to tell you, exactly how to do it with your right mentality. So it expedites the process. Where what would have taken you 10 years would take you 6 years with the right master. So I was like, well, let me go to art school. I began taking one-on-one classes with this one teacher in Texas. He taught me how to paint like this in 1 week. This is from a student of mine, actually, but taught me how to paint like this in 1 week. I left there. I was doing that method. But then I saw another method called Grand Central Atelier. It was called from Grand Central Atelier. And then I was like, you know what? I want to go there. Want to know why? Because they were more detailed, they were more hyper focused, and they were fucking savages. There were a bunch of Wolverines. Those people were just like obsessive artists. And I honestly, I came in there thinking I was gonna be the best artist. I went in thinking I was gonna be the best artist because my art, when you look at it on paper, it was better. I was wrong. They were learning faster than me, and they were younger than me. And I remember I was like, yo, this is some bullshit, man. What the fuck? And who is this little girl named Makoto? And why does she look like Gohan? And why does she talk? And why the fuck is she able to paint so quickly, so good? I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is like an anime character who's the underdog and just is better than everyone else. And then I was like, man, some bullshit. And my ego was hurt. But then I said, I slowly got used to being one of the worst ones in class. And I embraced that inferiority. And that inferiority made me learn more. But I couldn't focus. That Makoto chick could go from 8 to 5 without stopping. And most of my classmates could focus better than me. And I was like, I couldn't do it. If they were able to do 8 hours, I could only do 4 hours. Honestly, it was really bad. And I was like, yeah, I can't do this shit, man. These kids are just flying over me, man. And why are they asking them for my advice? Why don't they ask me for advice? No, not YouTube, bro. It's real life. You can't close the school. Anyways, so then I got used to it. I began studying more, practicing more. By the second year, I was still behind. And honestly, throughout the whole time, I was still towards the bottom, even to the end, to be honest with you. But then towards the second year, I began partying a lot. And because in my school, I was doing YouTube. Honestly, I wasn't doing YouTube that much during that time. If you guys noticed, I wasn't doing YouTube because I couldn't focus on doing so many things. And I just felt like, because I wasn't making friends in school, I felt alone there, to be honest with you. Because they were so, I mean, not all of them, but some of them, they were a little shy, antisocial. And I'm not a shy person. I like to do things with people. And I began partying. I began going to Mexico, taking Molly. And I would go every other 2 months, to the point that the fucking security guards at the airport were like, "Do you again?" I swear to God, one time they're like, "Where's your bag?" I didn't bring a bag, man. I was like, I'm just going quick, come back. I didn't bring a bag. That's how fucking crazy it was. That's how comfortable I was, man. Crazy shit. And I think I got addicted to it, man. And then I was like, okay, this is not good. This is not good. I'm addicted to partying with Molly. I'm going to Mexico all the time, spending money. This is not good. And I can't focus in school. Even there was a French dude who hated how badly I focused. I offended him. I offended one of my classmates because of how bad I was at focusing. And the problem, when I would go to Mexico, I would just go for like 3 days. And they knew I would just leave to go to Mexico. I don't know what the fuck they thought I was doing, to be honest with you. And I remember I would rent out mansions, fucking penthouses, just at party with Molly and like, not coke. I never did none stuff for like shrooms, like just too much partying, man. It's not good. But I smile, And anyways, so then and don't get me wrong, I was doing meditation retreats every now and then. Those meditation retreats, I didn't like it too much because they talked more. Like you would listen to people talk about the subject that you should be meditating. And so I would piss off the meditation retreats because I would go off and meditate because I didn't want to listen to the fucking talks. I was like, I'm here to meditate, not to listen to this dude. Whatever, I don't know how to call people. The venerate majig. So I was like, yeah, I need to find some other retreat because I am not in a good situation. I'm spending a lot of money traveling. I'm paying school, I'm paying an apartment, and I'm paying a lot of money traveling. And I'm paying a lot of money traveling, and I'm paying a lot of money traveling. I'm going broke. What the fuck? Right? So I was like, okay, something needs to happen, And there were girls involved too, people. Don't get that out the way. It was girls involved. It was You know, I knew some OnlyFans girls. I dated a girl who knew an OnlyFans girl, and it got really dark really soon, people. You know, it's fun at first, but then it gets really dark. You know. Mm-mm. Um, then I was like, I Googled, I was going on Reddit. I was like, is there a longer retreat out there? Because this is fucking, I'm getting desperate here, man. If I keep doing this, this is gonna turn really, really dark. And my subscribers are gonna start noticing that something's off with Father Alex. It's gonna not even Father Alex. It's gonna be fucking druggy Alex. This is getting crazy, man. So then I was like, somebody commented, Vipassana, 10-day retreat. And that is when things started getting crazy. Because I had two problems. Chunky Alex, shut the fuck up. I had two problems. I couldn't focus in school, no matter what I did, and I didn't want to take Adderall. I just didn't want to take Adderall. Said the guy who was doing Molly, right? I just didn't want to take Adderall. It makes you feel different, and I was addicted to that at one point. And I was like, I need to do something else. And I was like, I always knew that if you use God said in the Bible, the Apostle Paul begged God. He was like, remove the thorn from my side. In other words, a physical affliction. And God said, sit your ass down and realize this, that I show my glory through your weaknesses. It is through your weaknesses that I show my glory. And I was like, if I just embrace this weakness and just find the longest path to fix it, meaning if I don't look for a short route like I did with painting, if I don't look for a short route, and honestly, that's been one of my things that I've always done. If I don't look for a short route, I'm gonna go crazy. I mean, if I don't look for a short route, I'm gonna find the right solution. And when I saw 10-day retreat, then I saw you can't talk, you can't be around people. My main weakness, you can't have any physical contact, can't eat meat. I can't even eat a fucking cow. And you're gonna be meditating for a long time. My fears went up, and that's when I said that's exactly what I got to do. I've done retreats. Don't get me wrong. I've done multiple. When I was a Christian, I would do a bunch of like fasting retreats where I would do days without eating and like just pray. So I had experience with retreats, but not to that intensity. And the only reason why I did it was because of how intense my problem was. I can't focus. It was frustrating me, man. The French dude just annoyed me. And I had that thing with that good old fun time, right? And I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it, man. And it took me like a few months to do it, but eventually I mustered up the courage because it's a lot. It's a lot. I try to prepare, and truth, you can't prepare for it because I went and when I came back, it was insane, yo. My focus was like a freaking hawk. Like, I remember the first day I got out of the retreat, I was reading a book of Dostoevsky, and I realizing it was 2 hours past. It was like insane. And I went to school, and my focus increased. You know, I would meditate halfway through classes, and I would go back, and then that's exactly what happened. The thing with the partying, it did its job. And well, until I went back to Mexico, and for a few months, shit went back up, you know. Okay, dude, right? But all of those experiences allowed me to look at the world from so many different points of views. It allows me to see the world from an addict, and it allows me to understand love because love uses the same circuitries as addiction. So from those experiences, you know how I talk about love is an addiction, inflict pain, and when I talk about the fantasies, how the more desire you have for them, the more you fantasize about them. I learned that because addiction, when you crave something, you visualize it. The same mechanism that of love. Like the only thing that's missing is oxytocin. That's the only thing that's missing because it's pure dopamine. It's just literally the same mechanism. And so from observing those internal realities, observing that reality, it allows me to understand the place of romanticism and love from a completely different point of view. And it allows me to understand that dopamine-driven behavior is corrosive to the human mind, no matter what it is. And that's why when you're in a relationship, it can't be dopamine-driven. It has to be familiarity. And that means less sex. That means more deepness, more like familiarity feelings. You know what I'm saying? And I learned that through those things, and this is where I am now. And the last 2 years, It's been this channel has I've received a lot of inspiration from the meditations, and I think it's affected the channel in a positive way. And I think that's the thing that has calmed me down. Because Jesus Christ, that those old videos, man, that's some evil shit, man. Like, I remember I was dating a girl. She was like, "Alexis, are you sure that's not you no more?" I'm like, "It's not me no more." It's some evil shit, man. But when you really look at those videos, the problem with those videos is just the titles. Honestly, the titles were so fucking evil that it even fools me to think that I'm. If you really watch those videos, I don't say evil shit. Really look at it. It's just I frame it in an evil way, but it really is not that evil. All right, man. Anyways, people, this is where I am. 400,000 subscribers, right? I really appreciate it. It's a privilege, to be honest with you, because you guys listen to the crazy shit that I say, right? And some of you guys, most of you guys don't do what I say. I'm just gonna be honest because I just know how people are. Some of you guys do what I say. Most of you guys, some of you guys watch me for entertainment, watch me for the brother vibe. Some watch me for the humor, for the oh shit, someone's knocking my door, all that kind of stuff. And it's a cool thing that I have people who watch my channel. And you know, it's my favorite thing when people see me in person, man. I remember the first time somebody met me, my ego was so high. She was like, "Hey, you Alex?" I was like, "Yeah, it's me. I am him." And I was like, she was like, "Nice. I watch your channel." I was like, "Yeah. You want a photo?" She was like, "No, no, thank you." I'm like, "What the hell are you saying hi to me?" I didn't say, "What the hell are you saying hi to me?" When they were like, "Man, that's some bullshit, man." I was like, rule number one, never ask, never take a photo. Oh my God, what a so dumb, man. Dude. How embarrassing that was, man. That girl, imagine she was like, "Man, that guy's such a fucking dweeb. He really asked me." Oh my God, man. That's embarrassing, man. I was like, come on, man. What you say no, man? Even if it's dumb of you to say, don't make me look dumb like that. Oh man. Yeah, y'all would have asked me for the photo. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully. But do girls you date watch your channel? Yeah, yeah. I mean, look, man, you know, my videos are up there, you know. But hopefully they don't think I'm that evil. Like I because it's kind of like the thing is when you illuminate human nature, you know, you're the messenger. So they killed the messenger. So you're describing human nature, and yeah, when you're really being honest about it, it sounds like you're projecting because of how you know. Because like most people don't say this, most people don't talk about it like this. So it's kind of like, oh wow, this person must be like must do that shit. It's like no, I'm explaining to you what that is, and I know it sounds evil, but that's just how it is. I did not make people. What are you mad at me for, right? But if they think that's who I am, then I'm not gonna force them. You know, I'm not gonna cry about it. Well, I may cry about it, but I'll get over it. Like I had only one girl actually left me because of my videos, and it wasn't my fault. Like she was the judgmental one, not me. What if they use your tactics on you? When people like you, they don't use these tactics, man. I'm telling you. And when people don't like you, they seem like they use these tactics. So that you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff, man. Because when somebody likes you, they don't want to take the risk by doing this. If they'll do anything, they may just take a slight longer to respond. Oh, you know, she sees them text messages. She might take extra 5 minutes to respond. Whatever. It's no big deal. You know, that's what most people would do. Most people don't do the shit that I say, like walk away. I repeat that shit so much. You think they really do that? Come on, man. It's because they don't do that. Get out of here, fly. Oh, it's attacking me. All right, man. Anyways, man, I gotta go. You guys have a good day. Um, If you guys want to work with me one-on-one, go to mindfulattraction.org. Um, if you don't, he's gonna dump you. I'm telling you, man. If you don't work with me one-on-one, he's gonna leave you. I'm telling you, you know. And thank you very much for everyone. I have another channel. It's called Mindful Attraction Shorts for Women. So you guys can watch. And in that channel, I just upload like small snippets of my channel, of my clips, like little small snippets. Maybe it's like this is like a 50-minute video. And I just clip a from minute 7 to 12. And that's like a nice little clip that I think most people want to watch. I post it there. So just go to Mindful Attraction Shorts and you guys can watch it there. It's growing a lot, to be honest with you. But I'm actually going to start the Spanish channel too. I'm going to start the Spanish channel again. So it's called Mindful Attraction Español. So fucking obvious, right? There you guys can watch my Spanish. You guys can hear me talking Spanish, people. You think I live in Mexico and I don't speak this language? Like, type of gringo you think I am? You know, yo hablo español también. Soy de República. Y yo tengo videos en español. Y ahí yo hablo para que los sinvergüenzas no juegue contigo. Porque mira, si tú dejas que ese sinvergüenza te engañe, no le diga a nadie que tú mires mi canal. So, esos videos que tú miras en esos canales, como que es otra parte de mi personalidad, porque mi español es más chistoso. Oh my God. Mira los videos en español, más falta en español para que tú veas. En mi opinión, son más chistosos. Porque, no sé, en español yo soy más chistoso. En inglés no tanto, pero porque yo crecí en República Dominicana, so es diferente. Yeah. I'm sweeter in Spanish. Yeah. I'm meaner in English. That's a fact. That's crazy, right? Yeah, I'm definitely meaner in English. I'm in Spanish, I'm nicer. But it's funny how the studies have been shown that you have a different personality for each language. So that you even have different facial expressions. Like everything's different when you speak another language. All right, people. I gotta order food. I'm happy. The channel's not closed. I didn't get kicked out, but I'll tell you that if Derek Jackson doesn't get canceled and shut down, this channel's not going nowhere, people. That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, Frida Kahlo right there. There's another painting that I did right there. Right here. And this is my favorite painting of all time lately. This is my favorite painting. I don't know. It just looks nice, you know? Get out the way, Frida. There you go. That's with pastels. Frida's with watercolor. I did this one today. But it's not that good, to be honest with you. It's not that good. And these are some drawings that, let me see. Drawings that I do. Y'all should buy my art, man. Like, what the fuck? I have portraits for sale on my thing. And y'all gotta buy that shit, man. I'm telling you. Man, look at that. Right here. Horrible right there. That's not good. Tell you, man, this is mastery. Not mastery. I'm not there yet, but this is what you do when you're trying to get good at something. You got to practice, people. You can't just live your life living. You got to contribute to humanity by getting good at something. Gotta get good at something, man. So that when you're old, young people want to be around you. You know, when you're an older person, you want to be around younger people. It rejuvenates you. And the only way for that to happen is for you to have something to offer them that will benefit them. Either teaching art, meditation, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's very important for generations to hang out with each other. Younger people to hang out with older people to hang out with younger people, because you absorb their generation spirit. And I'm actually going to be talking about that, becoming timeless, in my course, The Feminine Woman. Oh my God, this chapter is insane. Becoming timeless. It relates to generational timelessness, not becoming stuck in the past. Um, it talks about isolation and how isolation tends to gets you stuck in time, and how being updated with the times and 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 learning what the zeitgeist is can make you even more influential. Because an example is Bernie Sanders. He's old, but he has a young profile. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at Bernie Sanders. He's an example of that, where young people like him. And you want to be able to remain that youthful spirit even in old age. That's a part of the timeless part of that course. Um, and what other parts? Let me give you guys some previews, man. Let me see, because the timeless part of this course is pretty fucking insane. Not honestly. Um, Blending in with the times, and we also going to be talking about how to literally predict trends, because the humanity goes through four stages consistently, and it consistently revolves around four stages. And if you get a glimpse in a sense and know how to sense that tidal wave that consistently drives humans and culture and how we see the world, you'll be able to have untold power, because you'll be able to literally predict the future. So in that, I'm showing you what are those signs that indicates a change in the current, right? And obviously, not like having a formless identity of learning how to be on. I'm not going to talk about that one here. And obviously, the meditation aspect, which is the most timeless part of it, and living in a timeless dimension through the present moment, and obviously beyond death, which is the ultimate timelessness, and learning how to die in the moment, and that will literally make you timeless, because you just pierce through the reality of time when you embrace death. You literally see no time, and that's the ultimate form of formlessness and timelessness. And how to keep your mind sharp and up to old age. And there's just, yeah, I mean, that part, I thought about it the other day when I made that video about time, and I'm like, wait a minute, because I needed a section for the silver version of the Feminine Woman. I needed another section, and the idea of timelessness came, and it just started like bubbling to other ideas. I was like, wait a minute, this, and it's just okay. All right, I got to make a whole section based on that, and that's gonna be the silver version of the course. Tap. Well, people are saying, is it tapping into the quantum field? Well, I mean, visualization is a timeless aspect, right? You are literally predicting the future and are literally working with time itself, because there's so many different realities that time expands to in the present moment. And so being able to tap into a future reality through that is also a form of timelessness. And so, yeah, that's actually going to be a portion of that course. Honestly, I think I talked about it in the feminine aspect of the course. No, in the masculine section of the course. So I don't know. Nah, I'm not gonna be famous. Nah, I don't think so. To be honest with you, I really don't think so. I'm gonna be a niche person. That's fine. I'm gonna be a niche person. Um, I don't think so. I truly don't think so, because I'm not too advertisable. you know, there's some quality traits that you need to be famous, and one of the things is being controversial. I am controversial a little bit. Have a look. Have a look. I don't know. Perhaps. I hope. Somebody who said that. Close the channel. All right. People are begging for me not to close the channel. Okay. All right, people. No begging today. All right. No begging. Please don't close the channel. Like, come on, man. What do I teach you in my YouTube? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, Taylor Swift. Let me tell you something, man. You never want to be as famous as Taylor Swift, ever. Nothing is worth that amount of fame. Get the hell out of here, people. Taylor Swift fame. You must be out your damn mind. you lose all your normal life. Get out of here. Hell no, people. Don't even ask God for that. Please don't ever pray for that shit on me. I will sense that. I'm like, why do I feel fame coming? I will sense that. Don't you ever pray for that. Lord smite anyone who prays for that. You want to be kind of famous, you know? You don't want to earn $1 billion. You want to earn $800,000. You know, not too high, but not so high, not too high, but not so low to be broke. You know, people, I don't do lives because look, I'm gonna be real with you. Okay, it's only 50 people watching. If I had like 300 people watching, I would do more lives. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like I rather just do normal videos because those get more, you know. Or I rather just pre-record this and upload it. But when I do live, it just a lot of people just don't get notified, and it's like, so it's like, sorry. You have to advertise it. What do you mean advertise it, man? I don't know. I don't think I will get it. They just don't get views, man. I don't know what to tell you, man. They don't get views. I'm gonna take my ball and go home. They don't get views. I'm like, all right, then I'm out. Yeah, this is a rare occasion. I'm doing it because this is 400K people. I rarely do it live. Yeah, that's true. I don't want to start Twitch, man. Come on, man. You got to be on Twitch all the time, live streaming all the time. Like, why would I want to do that? Honestly, like, that's not the lifestyle that I want. I don't want to be a Twitch streamer, just be twitching all day, man. I got stuff to do, man. Like, I want to work with my hands. You remember my first video? Oh, isn't that sweet? Yeah, I don't envy those Twitch streamers, bro. They're there in front of the TV all fucking day, all day. Like some Twitch streamers, Twitch for like 8 hours a day, man. That's insane. I don't care how much money you make. Talking on camera is not easy. Like that's just the truth. Talking 8 hours a day on camera is not easy. I don't know how these people. I don't know how Stephen A. talks so much. Honestly, I don't know. That's one guy. Stephen A. talks so fucking much that after his show, when she talks from 6 a.m. to 12 a.m., he has another show for 2 hours, man. Like Stephen A. is one of the biggest talkers I've ever seen in my life, man. This dude has a talent. That throat game is real, people. Like a lot of sad gay people, man. But like, he talks a lot. I bet he has a hot tool. Yo, that hot tool girl is hilarious, man. You gotta put that hot tool, spit on that thing. You know what I'm saying? She has like that little southern twang. You know what I'm saying? Hot tool, spit on that thing. You know what I'm saying? She was so like enthusiastic about it. That was so cute. You feel me? Yeah. You gotta put some of that hot tour on that thing. You feel me? Wait, we got a freeloader talking. 1 second. Let's read what they said. Father Alex, congratulations. Okay. I've been part of your community for a while, and yes, I'm a freeloader. Ha! You making fun of me? I appreciate your knowledge and humor. Continue being simply you. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Chloe, I like that. All right, people, man. It's nice to read those positive comments. That definitely raises self-esteem. It buys this channel another day. Um, and yeah, man, it buys this channel another day. Positive comments. Once I start seeing negative comments, criticism, saying how I'm wrong, then that's when I start thinking about doing things to this channel. Man, I gotta start advertising my paintings. I'm gonna advertise it. I'm gonna advertise this painting for a month. I want to sell this painting for $1,000. No, no, $1,200. I want to sell this painting for $1,200. I'm putting that out every day, at least, and see if somebody buys it. Because I don't use my platform to sell my art, but I'm gonna start advertising it. Come on, man. When do you see art like this? This is with pastel paintings, people, and it's got like a fuzzy look, dreamy like look, and that's trying to move it. I'm gonna see if I could do a seminar in California. Um, actually, fuck, I should have done it this summer, man. Fuck, I should have done it this summer. Um, hmm. Yeah, I should have done it this summer. You can still do it. I could, yeah. Theoretically, yeah, I could. Um, Tony Robbins, what do you? I mean, there's a lot of people in Cali. Um, we're in Cali. Stop telling me what to do, people. Don't tell me what to do, because I think I won't do it. San Diego. Oh, okay, San Diego, huh? Here's bad over there. Here's getting bad. Yeah, I must be setting Father Alex up. I don't know, man. Ever since I've gotten big, I kind of, I don't want to, meet the people. One time, one person thought I was homeless, man. I was drinking coffee, and this lady put money in my coffee. And I'm like, yo, that's my coffee. And then she was like, oh my God, it's Father Alex. I'm like, wait, this is my coffee, man. What the hell? She's like, oh, I thought you were homeless. I'm like, what are we homeless, man? I was just tired this morning. I'm tired, man. I had a long night. She's like, oh my God, I thought you were homeless. I'm like, okay, you said that once. You don't have to repeat it again. It was like during the pandemic. She was like, man, YouTube must be tough now. And then she put it on TikTok. She was like, oh my God, I just found Father Alex. I thought he was homeless first, but it was him. She was like, oh my God, I found Father Alex. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. When I first saw him, I thought it was just like a homeless person. And then I realized it's Father Alex. I was like, delete that. Delete that right now. Delete that right now. Delete that. Delete it right now. All traces. All traces. Chicago. Yo, you must be out your goddamn mind. I am not going to Chicago, Eliza. Nice try. Nice try. Chi-town. All right, people. It's over. My battery's about to die. Thank you very much. I appreciate all the views. I appreciate all the support. This look kind of gay, but whatever. And I'm gonna be making videos tomorrow, man. You know, and don't forget, if you guys want to work with me one-on-one, you guys can get me on the phone. Lately, I got a lot of people talking to me lately, man. I don't got time, and I don't know why the hell people keep booking calls at 6 a.m. in the morning. It's like, what are you doing? And then they book it at 3 a.m., book it at 6 a.m. I'm like, what? Like, come on, have some compassion. Father, I just gotta sleep. Okay. Anyways, man, I gotta go. Have a good day. This shit's gonna die right now.